Today we're going to talk about resistance. Resistance is a complete and natural part about being a human being. In fact, I've discovered that the more fear we have, the more resistant we are to life, to doing something, to being active. So resistance and fear goes hand in hand. It's also a very, very natural part of meditation because there's things that we just are too attached to, we don't want to let go of. Resistance also happens because we feel pleasure. We really want to get stuck in those feelings. We're actually attached, right? In mindfulness meditation or in Buddhist meditation, we talked a lot about attachment. And we're attached to the pleasure of negative feelings, or we're attached to the identity of them. This has been us forever, okay? And moving out into a new way of thinking or letting go of who we have been, letting go of past beliefs is scary. Again, this is where fear comes in. So we say no. We say no. And I like to say that resistance is a place where we're saying no. And so what do I invite you to do? I invite you to say yes to saying no. Okay? The quickest and fastest way to release resistance to saying no is by saying yes to it. So the image I have is that, let's say we're having something we're working on, and as I ask you to go inside, right, the first layer you hit is the resistance. Now, resistance is there for a reason. In psychotherapy, we might call it a defense, right? It's a fort that we've created. For example, if we're very fearful and we want to try something new, we want to try a new relationship although we've been hurt, or we want to try a new exercise, or we want to try and speak in public, or we want to try and be more open, okay? We want to try meditation. We might have resistance. We might hit it because we're afraid. We're afraid of making a fool of ourselves. We're afraid of not feeling safe. We're afraid of not having control. And we're afraid of not having approval. So the survival programs come in when we're in resistance. Have no doubt about that. Okay? We're wanting safety, control, or approval. And if we want all three, we're hanging on really tight to that defense, to that saying no. So no wonder we're blocking it. That's completely fine. Because remember, our first step is to accept and allow whatever is going on inside of us. Accept and allow it. And so if we hit resistance, it's okay. We accept it. We let it be. Okay? So let's pull it up. And remember, I'd like to remind you that you can pause, and I'd like you to look at where the meditation begins so that if in the future you want to use this meditation and you want to skip the intro, that's perfectly fine. Okay? And you can start right here where the meditation begins. So as always, I'm going to join you. We do this together. And let's start by closing our eyes and dropping our shoulders. I want you to pull up something that's very difficult for you right now. Super difficult. It might be mired in figuring it out, or you feel your stuckness around it. Maybe you're stuck. Another way to ask then is, what are you stuck around? Anytime we're stuck, we're in resistance. What don't you want to change? Right? These are all leading questions. What are you really afraid to do? Where are you saying no? all of these questions point to resistance. And we love it. It's okay. It's protected us. It's defended us. So we can love that resistance right now. What's happening is that it may be possible that it's getting in our way, that we're not growing or moving, or that it keeps coming up, and it's coming up for a reason. It's coming up because it's ready to go. Remember, all feelings want to leave. It's okay, don't be afraid of it, because right now, we're just going to say yes to feeling resistant. If you're really angry or stuck around somebody, this is a good meditation to use. So right now we're just going to drop our shoulders and collapse into the fact that we're resistant. Just say yes to it. We don't want to change. We want to stay stuck. We're attached to this feeling. For example, let's say we're really angry at someone, or we can't forgive them, or we just don't like them, and we don't want to like them. Think of anyone, a coworker, a boss, a child even, a situation. Say yes. Say yes that you're digging in your heels. Just accept that that's where you are. Let go of any disapproval. And let go of it some more. And say yes to your no. And I want you to notice how it just starts to get lighter already. Something gets lifted. And it just feels like, you know what? I'm stuck. You know what? I can't move from here. Not right now. So let's just say yes to the right now. Because really what matters is this moment. Say yes to what is. And what is right now is no. Say yes to your attachment to whatever it is, to your fear of doing, your fear of being. Say yes to it. Say yes to wanting to stay the same. Say yes to your anger. We're just sitting with what is. And as we just sit with it, as we just collapse with it, it's softer already. And I want you to check in and notice. It's gentler and softer already. Now I'm going to open my eyes and come back to you. You can pause it and keep going. Now, whatever it is that you're working with, wherever it is that you're stuck or attached or negative or angry or unforgiving, all of those are normal feelings. We're human. But we know it's getting in the way. It's getting in a way of us feeling free, right? We're in shackles around feeling stuck. And that's okay. And as you repeat this meditation over and over, watch what's going to happen. It just begins to dissolve. And it allows for the feeling underneath of it to come up. Whatever that feeling underneath that the resistance is protecting so much, right? When we allow the resistance to go, then new feelings can come up. But don't be alarmed, because we have a tool. We have a tool for that as well. We can use any of the other meditations. We can say yes to the feeling and let it go. We can attach safety, control, and approval. We can attach wanting. We have all sorts of ways to dealing with the inner layers of what's going on with us. So don't be alarmed. For right now, we're going to say yes to saying no. Okay. I'll see you again soon.